Wilhelm Rodman has spent much of his life touring Europe in order to perfect his brewing abilities and open up the perfect craft brewery here in the United States. However, his inability to properly name things has led people to believe that his craft brewery is in fact a porn shop. In a last-ditch effort to attempt to stabilize things, Sarah, Vill's employee and an underage ex-MMA fighter, makes a last call to Adam, Vill's brother who is an elitist beer snob. Adam believes that beer is not to be consumed by the masses, but rather by the perfect palate, and because of that he is now banned from the state of Oregon. However, the two brothers must now work together in order to make their craft brewery succeed. This is Brews Brothers. So, yeah, I guess the idea with this show is that it's trying to go for like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia vibe, where the idea is the characters are all wholly unlikable, but they have degrees of likability to them, and they're performed really well. The performances in this are mixed at best. I honestly think probably the best performance overall is, I believe her name is Carmen... Oh, I can't think what her last name is now. It's the actress who plays Sarah. It's Carmen... God, I'll put it right here. Sorry. She seems to have a genuine humor about her, and she is possibly the most likable character in this. But that's only because she seems to spend much of the series playing kind of the straight man of it. There's also another character named Chewie, who is this blithering idiot who just seems too stupid to even function in normal society at all. For example, one of the ways that the brewery has managed to be open for as long as it has is that Wilhelm got desperate and he started to sell these founders memberships, which was for $500 a year you could get enough beer you could drink free for the rest of your life. A couple people have taken him up on it, and then Chewie goes out and he gets several of his former co-workers at this auto chop shop to come over and also become founders. And they all, yeah, it's like, it's way too many, and they can't stabilize everything, and they can't get the beers made properly because of that. On top of that, too, they're trying to get this distribution deal, and they get a couple throughout the series, and like. There are points where the show could be really good. In the midpoint, there's like I said, Wilhelm traveled across Europe. In particular, he spent a lot of time in this monastery in East Belgium, where he seemed to have reached his perfect brewing capacity. And at one point, those monks come to Los Angeles to bless the new craft brewery. And it turns out like they're monks, but they throw these like raging keggers and stuff like that, and they're really wild. On top of that, Adam has also developed a truffle-infused beer, and one of the monks sells truffles on the side, and they even call him Brother Truffle. So, yeah, like, there's and that episode is really good, and then there's another episode not too long after that involving, and I'm not joking when I say this, gay Nazi bikers. That also seems to kind of execute pretty well. Unfortunately, other than that, there's just a lot of overly crass and crude humor. There's jokes about urine in the beer, bathing in the beer, beer in the beer. I don't know. There's footage of a guy dipping his scrotum into a beer brewing, and it's just, again, it's like, I like a little crude humor here and there, but this is way too much. It's way too excessive. Like I said, most of the characters are just wholly unlikable. Like, I like the idea of the elitist beer snob having to be brought back down to earth so that this thing can function, and the brother who's seemingly got the sensible ideas, but he just lacks the one gene to be truly, truly creative. But they're both executed so poorly because they both act like blithering dunderheads throughout the whole thing. I mean, there are times where it's like, there's moments of brilliance that show through with these characters. Wilhelm, for example, at one point, as they're about to get this distribution deal, he points out they have to brew the beer to be made in cans. They can't put it in bottles because bottles are too expensive at this point. But, you know, Adam wants it to, you know, like, that's the stuff that sort of interests me. I don't care that Adam, when he masturbates, doesn't climax for at least 30 days so he could experience a pure orgasm. That's not funny to me. That's just stupid. It's just, like I said, this thing really could have been better. I mean, I saw a bit of the trailers and thought, well, you know, maybe if the crude humor is done to, sorry, there's a motorcycle going by. There's crude humor, if it's balanced out enough, would be fine, but it's just not. It's like I said, it's just crude joke, crude. Yeah, it's like boobs, like all this stuff. It's just, yeah, like I said, I know I'm getting really repetitive on this. So, yeah, this season is only 8 episodes long, so if you really are that interested, it's not going to take up too much of your time. But yeah, it just wasn't for me at all. I am going to be giving Brews Brothers season 1, I guess, an F. So yeah, it's just not very good at all.
This is Red Dog beer. It's not ice brewed, fire brewed, and it's not some nursing sipping red. It's just genuinely good beer. Okay, there is one thing unusual about Red Dog. It's unusually easy to drink. Because it's bold yet smooth. Because it's made with the finest natural ingredients. Are you gonna like Red Dog? Yeah, we think so. But hey, it's your call.
Okay, again, this is normally where I talk about trailers, but yeah, I don't really have much. I do know that Scoob is going now direct to VOD. That's the Scooby-Doo prequel setup movie that ties into a larger Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe that they're trying to launch, but obviously because of everything that's been going on, that it was going to get delayed, but now they decided just to do it direct to VOD. So I do plan on reviewing that. The next movie review is going to be the half of it. At some point, I might take I might take a week off in May. It won't be too much, just a week off of movie reviews. There'll still be Random Trade Review and I guess wrestling, if that still happens. That's Money in the Bank is still set to go on May 10th. So yeah. Like I said, the next movie review is going to be the half of it. And at some point there will be a review of Scoob, and after the half of it is going to be the Random Trade Review on The Rocketeer. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/sleepytimeforcat productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.